Our reading today is from John chapter 3, verses 22 through the end of the chapter, through verse 36. This is the continued testimony of John the Baptist, who is affirming that he is not the Messiah, that Jesus, in fact, is the one sent from God. And our verse for today is verse 36, where John says, "He must increase, but I must decrease." And friends, that one line is perhaps one of the greatest single sentence description of what the Christian life is about that we have in the entire New Testament. He must increase, but I must decrease. That's what a life of discipleship, that's what a life of following Jesus is to look like. That our will, our selfishness, our own desires, our own wants, that all those sorts of things need to decrease, and Jesus needs to increase within us. What Christ wants done, what Christ would do if Christ was living my life. He must increase. Christ's fame, Christ's reputation, we want that to grow. We want ours to diminish. It really is a wonderful formula for the Christian life, that Jesus Christ increases in every way in our life, and our sinful, selfish self decreases. And John goes on to talk about how Jesus is the one who comes from above, that he is above all. And he goes on to say, the one who comes from heaven is above all. And then in verse 34, he whom God has sent speaks the words of God, for he gives the Spirit without measure. And then in verse 36, whoever believes in the Son has eternal life. So in this series of verses, John the Baptist is testifying that Jesus is the one who has come down from heaven to give life to the world. He is the one who will give the Spirit without measure, which we will hear later in John's Gospel, especially when Jesus starts to talk about the Paraclete, the one who he will send as our advocate and comforter and teacher. So it's a whole bunch of foreshadowing for the rest of the Gospel of John that we hear in the testimony of John the Baptist. And once again, we hear that phrase, whoever believes in the Son has eternal life. That life, life, life is what the Gospel of John is all about. The different transformative kind of life that any person who believes in and places their trust in Jesus can have. That eternal life that begins now and extends into heaven and beyond. So, take a lesson from John the Baptist. And as you go about your day today, continue to say to yourself, he must increase, but I must decrease. And let people see Jesus Christ in you.